of okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast, Talking Ravens all day, every day. With host Justin P. This is episode 10 for the YouTube channel, and for the audio podcast, that's season 1, episode 15. You can listen to that on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Podchaster, Amazon Music. Basically, anywhere you get your podcasts and music stuff from, just go to your search bar, type in the name right there. Talking Ravens all day, every day, and they'll list all the available platforms. Today, got a very special guest. He's been on here a couple times, man. So, everybody, welcome back to the show. My guy, Mr. Staten, the Ravens flock president. Welcome back, bro.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm excited today. Today is a good day for Ravens flock. It's a good day for Ravens Nation, and it's also a good day for myself. Um, I'm not overly over the trauma of the year just yet. I will say that the trauma of the year is still I'm still taking my painkillers and still wearing off because there's some good things that I did see, and then there are some bad things that I still see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, First of all, people have to understand that um, this year is gonna be entirely the tale of the tape. Um, Being that our roster has fluctuated so much, we had so many new players. We just drafted a brand new team. I didn't expect Baltimore to click right away, but also I didn't expect them to be as bad as they were.
Right.
Um, I understand the excuse lapse of players are injury. They're still coming back from injury. They have to jail. They have to get back in shape. But in the National Football League, week to week, season to season, we have to take the next man up approach because you cannot live on the excuse of what you don't have when you have all these things available. First person I have to shout out is one person that I have to shout out. I have to shout out Eric DeCosta. Being that EDC don't have much to work with, it's kind of hard to land a big name free agent as well as trade and not know the outcome of the trade, being that the person coming in, getting along with Greg Roman, getting along with Lamar Jackson, gelling with Lamar Jackson, being able to play with Lamar Jackson. And because many people don't understand that the offense is centered around a running foundation, some players come in, not be used, and then everything just dispersed, and then it doesn't work out. And then most people say, it's Roman fault, it's Roman fault, it's Roman fault, it's the defense fault, it's the defense fault, it's the defense fault, it's the offense fault, it's the offense fault, it's the offense fault. We haven't had a chance as a full, healthy whole team to get our legs up under us and reps up under us because we haven't been consistent with just the moves in general. You've had a different running back from week to week. You've had a different wide receiver core from week to week. You've had a different D line from week to week. You've had a different line. Oh, wait a minute. The linebacker core may be the only one that just the inside linebacker core between Bass, Patrick Queen, Christian Harrison has been consistent. But also, you've even had a different secondary every single week, due to the injury of Marcus Williams and Marcus Peters coming back and a lot of different other things that makes the dynamics of we don't really know each other yet. We have a lot of pros around our board, but I don't care who you are. A house divided cannot build a fortress. It has to have a time. That's why I thank God when we finally get to our bye week, because we're gonna much. First of all, we're gonna need the rest. It's just always good to rest and always good to be cautious. We're gonna get the rest. Then also we're gonna get to look in and do a lot of work on the inside of football to find out where we are now, where we're going, and how we can get better. I always told you, Justin, this team is still one or two pieces from being completely dangerous.
I agree.
Michael Peters went down, and Eric DeCosta really hasn't felt the void there. But because the overall defense is good now, you
So,
don't want to make. Oh,
Michael Pittman.
Yeah,
I mean,
Michael Purse. Michael Purse, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, Michael Purse being gone for the year now, you really don't want to do anything too suddenly and may need somebody that you really need on the backside of the year and not have the money for them. Or you see something, you see one particular piece that you could use to become very, very dynamic, and then you don't sign so many other pieces so fast where you don't have the money. So Eric DaCosta believes that it's a tale of the tape. The year will take its course as the year going on because we just getting people back. Um, as far as the offense, as far as the defense, we have a lot of work to do. But we are so talented now, I believe, and I'll tell you why. There's a reason why I say this. But we are so talented now, where I already told you, Justin, we're gonna beat the teams that we supposed to beat. And we're as of right now, it may change. Depends on how well they gel, what they put their focus on. But we're gonna beat the team that we supposed to beat. And I always say we're gonna lose to the teams that we supposed to lose to. I'm going to this Tampa Bay game. I'm traveling. I'm driving. I will have the opportunity to go. It's my first time in Raymond James. It's my second time seeing Tom. Um, I believe what he's going through is unfortunate. I'm sure the Ravens fans is rejoicing, and I would even sign Antonio Brown to an NBA NFL contract deal of a 10-day just so he can play that game and be on the roster on that sideline for this coming Thursday night in Tampa. That's not going to happen, but that's just something I would do. I love the intimidation factor. I love the dust that he's kicking up. He's a nut, but who cares? He's a Pro Bowler. He's a Hall of Famer, and that's if they let him go. But there's a lot of things we have to consider. There's a lot of pressure. The biggest person that has the biggest pressure is our defensive coordinator, Mike McDonald. Um, and uh, well, since AJ has come on, I'm gonna now cut off when the king comes on. You have to give a king. You have to give a king. You have to give a king welcome. You can't build a kingdom without a king, and you can't have a king without a kingdom. So now that the king is here, outside of our beloved host, welcome AJ. Go ahead, Justin.
go ahead, AJ. You know what you gotta do, man. Go ahead, say your
All right,
piece.
what's going on, y'all? My bad, I'm a little late. I'm here. Like I said, you know, want to shout out to everybody for always tuning in to us. Want to shout out to JP for having us. Bishop, you know what it is, man.
Always.
Victory Monday. Shout out to my boy Jeff Fort. Chris Wright, Brian Murray, and Rick Barker for always checking us out. And if y'all haven't, please go like and subscribe and leave comments. That's what we want. We want stuff to talk about. We want y'all to tell us what we need to talk about, what y'all would like to hear from us, and our thoughts and opinions. Please leave comments. We greatly appreciate it.
Man, definitely. Well, uh, Bishop, everything you just said was definitely spot on. Like you said, the cost of with limited money, he finds a way to at least put some decent talent on the team. Could it be better? Yeah, but like I said, when you got limited funds, you only can get who you can get. So like I said, he's done a pretty good job putting depth. Like get Devon Kennard, he had a couple tackles yesterday. That was a good signing, bringing him over because we was lacking in that pass rush department. Like I said, then you went and got AJ Klein. I'm guessing they're gonna use him soon once he get caught up to speed. Same with Deshaun Jackson and those guys, but he definitely like filled in the holes as much as he could. Like I said, with limited access. Then like you had guys like Broderick Washington and Travis Jones step up. They made some plays in the run game. The rookies are starting to get better. Demarion Williams is starting to get better. You know what I mean? Then Geno Stone, he's not a rookie, of course, but he's starting to play a little better. He had one little miscommunication on the corner route, but after that, he came next play, got a sack. You know, he ain't made up for it. So the defense is starting to gel more a little bit. Get, a new defensive coordinator. Everybody's starting to buy in and play their role and don't do nobody else's job but do theirs. The only thing I want to see, and man, AJ kept saying this over and over. We got to start Malik Harrison, man. Like the kid is ready. He's fully healed. Like he's ready to play, man. Like I love Josh Bynes. But he need to be like a player coach and just come in here and there. But need to let Malik Bynes. Malik Harrison and Patrick Queen just rock out. Let the young guys rock out. And Kyle Hamilton has to play more. He only gonna get better if he's on the field. He's not gonna get better sitting on the sideline. Like let him go up there, have his mistakes and flaws. That's how he get it out of the system. So it's just little things like that. But the floor is yours, AJ.
Yesterday, so Victory Monday. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't beautiful, but we came out there with a W. Uh, Patrick Queen yesterday probably played his best game of the season as a Raven. Shout out to Justin Houston for coming back. Got multiple sacks. Uh, and we see what pass rush can do. It can break down the play. You know what I'm saying? If you get to the quarterback, play is automatically dead. Um, Travis Jones looked good. But Malik Harrison needs to go to middle linebacker. I'm not sure what the problem is. Bynes, I think it was on a pass to Njoku. Man, he was like 10 yards in the backfield trying to run and catch this man. I was like, he got to get off the field. He don't have the speed. And then on a goal line play where Nick Chubb just ran it up, it's like he couldn't get off the block. Same thing with Queen. We need heavy linebackers in there. I seen Christian Welsh get probably about 2 snaps yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. But Harrison needs to be a full time middle linebacker, especially against heavy running backs. Like when you playing a heavy running back like Chubb, Saquon, even when we play Pittsburgh, you got Najee Harris. He needs to be a middle linebacker. Offensively, play calling once again is a huge problem. I mean, we stress it every week. you know, um, it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand what Roman is trying to do. I don't know, like what does he see? Gus Edwards look great. He in good shape too, man. I'm gonna tell you, he in his uniform. I seen him with just his jersey on. Man, he got cut up, man. He hit them weights and he went to work. Like he looked good. Justin Hill looked good. Of course, he had the fumble, but it comes with the life of being a running back sometimes. But offensive line looked good. I'm not sure why McCarry was still rotating in and out for Stanley. I don't know if they still got him on a pitch count or whatnot. But overall, the run game yesterday was definitely a success. You could tell having Gus back. But it's just the play calling for passing. I remember on one play it was Rashad Bateman and Mark Andrews, and it was max protection. Both of them went out for a pass, but they dropped six, and it was a delayed blitz. The safety, I think, Sack Lamar was a corner. I can't remember, and it was the delayed blitz. But I'm like, how are you going to throw the ball if you send two players down the field on a route? One of them is a tight end, one is a wide receiver. How are you going to throw the ball and everybody drops and cover them? It just doesn't make sense. Patrick Ricard is playing too many snaps. He's lining up in the slot on third down as the wide receiver, and we have wide receivers on the bench. It just don't make sense.
I agree. Go ahead, Bishop.
I want to talk about five different things real quick. Um, y'all are gonna look okay. A lot of guys are getting ready to come back. Your question on Malik Harrison, in preseason, he was getting killed in the pass coverage, and a little bit of last year, he was also getting killed in the pass coverage. I'm scared that they're scared to put him
I
at
ain't worried
middle
about
line.
he stops the run, brother. We can work on it. That ain't nothing. You can show a motherfucker how to play zone, but you can't teach a person to step up, meet a running back in the hole. So if I gotta
That's
pick up
exactly
the struggle, I'll take that.
that's exactly right. You're gonna come to find, man, that Deshaun Jackson is going to turn into the wide receiver one on this football team.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm.
Only because the tight end group is so good, you have to key on Bateman. But I think that Deshaun Jackson is going to get the sweet part of the deal because if you look at the tight end, if you look at Gus Edwards being back there, who I think that if we go far this year, they should give him and he stays healthy, he should win the MVP of our football team. Because from the way he looked in his first game coming back, man, I did not know how important not a running game but a running back is to a running team.
Absolutely.
He
I
in
thought
shape too,
I
man. He
thought
in
Lamar
shape.
I thought Lamar would just do his thing and would be such of a decoy, but in this particular because he's such heavy side of a running back, he's more of the problem now than anybody. And I'm just gonna say this. It's very unfortunate what has happened to J.K. Dobbins.
Oh yeah.
Because I believe he's going to get the short end of the stick, man, because he's not going to come back to the playoff. I think we are going to have a more better system by then as far as how well the team is jailed. And he's in a place where we feel as though we don't want to rush you back in heavy competition in the playoffs and you get hurt again. And then we're looking at next year like we're not going to take a chance again. This is his second year or second or third year in his rookie deal, and I'm just so scared for him. Deshaun Jackson will become a blur in this offense only because I'm looking at him being you all already know Demarcus Robinson came in and took wide receiver number two, but he's been quiet. And that's because Bateman has been gone. And even when he's on the field, he's kind of like the second watch guy. They always try to give Mark Andrews a one-on-one and hope Lamar just throw a bozo to him and he dropped the pass because most coaches most coaches in football always say a player that we can't stop, you just go ahead and let him get in. And if we shut all the other pieces down, we're okay. But Deshaun Jackson still has a knack for speed. I seen a tweet the other day that somebody recorded that he ran up to 22 miles per hour in practice the other day, and he wasn't even running his full speed. I asked Garrett Downing on social media. I said, Garrett, you think they may take Duvernay off of just the punt return dudes to shorten his role because he's going in a heavier offensive role and put Deshaun Jackson back at punt return. Now, if Prime Time got in his speed like he had, I understand that Duvernay is holding the fork down, but I would love to have game break back. I have to give Travis Jones his flowers, man. For him to be in his rookie year, you don't hear too much about him, but he's definitely holding the fort down because I think he's doing the necessary things. I would still love, as I told Justin, to add another little push player, Ndamukong Suh, if I throw it out there, just to add because I know Michael Purse is gone, and you never know what happened in the end part of the year. So you want to have as much depth as you want to have in that position, and you just maybe never know. And then guys that's coming almost out of retirement back to play again are your guys that are that are settled for the practice squad and not enough, not a lot of money. So excited about that part of our team. I also stated earlier in this earlier part of the portion that right now we are only as good enough as to beat teams that we were supposed to beat anyway. And we're not good as to beat teams that are just overpowered and just are better than us. Now, what I did tell Justin in the early part of this portion is we can get to that point by way of weekly experience how this thing will all come together and Baltimore can become unbeatable. Because I'm seeing a lot of teams that we're playing now, they're dealing with the effects of what we had last year. And because EDC did such a well job that damn near put the starters on the bench now and to create a whole new draft scheme to this new team this year. Jalen Armour Davis is the biggest draft disappointment in the history of Baltimore Ravens football. We let Sean Wade go last year. We should have kept him. But since he's gone, Marlon Humphrey begged Bashadi and Eric DeCosta and Ozzie Newsom for an Alabama player. He wish he would have never told him that. There's a lot of guys that's been inactive these last few weeks. I heard somebody say that they was getting ready to instill him in. You probably won't see him no more. Guys like Ben Cleveland just didn't work out. AJ Klein is good, but he just talked about it earlier this morning. The outside linebacker room is full. Jabo is now and Bowser are now coming back. Kolar is now 21 window. So we are running out of roster space. I just seen it. We just cut Daryl Worley about 2 hours ago. So we're now at 51 men on the roster, and you have a whole practice squad full of studs. You can't mind you that Ross is coming back. Ross is coming back off the IR in the coming weeks. And I heard that name. I heard that name ringing a bell. He's in physical therapy, but I heard that name ringing a bell. Shamar Bridges.
Yeah.
He was never gonna leave the practice squad. He was gonna go to the practice squad, but he never was gonna leave. Deshaun Jackson, unfortunate Prochet, unfortunate Talon Waller. Sometimes in life, to make things work, other things just don't work. Are you understanding what I'm saying, AJ? To make things work, other things absolutely cannot work because we need other people to come in and to really produce in their roles. And all these guys are getting signed, but all these guys are still in the room. After this bye week, Eric DeCosta is going to really trim his roster down, and you're going to really see the guys that is going to go for it to make this playoff push and try to make a Super Bowl run on our revenge tour.
I agree. Go ahead, AJ.
I think JK, man, it's an unfortunate situation. We know the significance of the injury he had, and all we can do is just hope for the best when he come back. But it's just unfortunate. As far as Kolar at tight end, I'm trying to figure out who's the odd man out because we haven't been using Boyle like that. We used Boyle yesterday on a touchdown, and he went in motion and blocked along with Ricard. But Josh Oliver seems like he getting all the snaps at number two, and likely when he comes in, they put him at wide receiver, which I don't have a problem with. But the play calling and formation for certain personnel is wrong. Like I don't know what Greg Roman is trying to do. Some players he sent out all tight ends out there and sent them down the field to catch a pass, and then you got three tight ends and the fullback, and you got one wide receiver. I don't know if he's trying to use that to help block in the run game, but sometimes it's just too predictable. Um, I look at this roster and I look at somebody like an AJ Klein. I feel like he can contribute. He could go to middle linebacker. Bynes is just I like him. We all like him. But yesterday it really showed, and the speed is gone. I mean, he can't keep up with nobody. He makes flashes here and there if it's in front of him, but the speed is gone, man. It's just time for him to go. Um, Dafe away. Justin Houston came back off injury and got us what two sacks? Was it two, three
Two,
sacks?
2 sacks.
2 sacks. He came back off an injury and came in and got us 2 sacks and balled out. Odafe away in the game. He could have had a sack or two. He's just not showing up. Every week he just proves me right. He proves me right. Kyle Hamilton, he was in there yesterday. It looked like they had him more in the nickel role, but as a linebacker on third downs, like just playing over the top. I feel like I'm hard on him, but I feel like if he gets some experience, like you said, JP, maybe he can develop. But I just feel like he lost in his own head right now. He confusing himself. Just go out there and do your assignment. And it'll all work out. Um, where's Brandon Stevens at? You know what I'm saying? Like what is going on? Like it's just certain players I feel like that they don't get on the field. Yesterday Brent Urban got out there, got a couple of plays in. We need to keep Calais Campbell fresh. He's playing too many snaps. Too
Way
many.
too many.
Too many snaps at his age. He needs to be rotated in and out. We have the depth for it. I do agree we can get one more guy, to play down in that inside. Matabike is looking good, but it started in the trenches. We know how that goes, so I wouldn't mind getting Sue if we can. But as far as Deshaun Jackson, we all know what he brings to the table. We know what he's capable of. Here's the thing: is Greg Roman going to use him? Because I seen Lamar threw a fly route to Duvernay down the field. He caught it. After that, you really don't see too much of Duvernay no more. Like, are we have players, but we're not using them, and I don't understand that. Now, I will get his credit though on that toss pass to Lamar at running back when Andrews is under center. I did like that. That was a slick little play right there. Let Lamar be at running back, and we go get the first down. But we have players, we just don't use them. Like we put them in the game as decoys or put them in it to just block, but we don't use these guys, man. And that's my question. Like we can go out and get multiple wide receivers, but we're not using them. We got Andy Isabella. He could return punts, return kicks. Uh, I said this, Bishop. I said we should go get Josh Gordon. Kansas City gave him a shot. He in good shape. About 6'4", 240, I think. We know he can run routes. He can get open. But here's the thing: is Greg Roman going to incorporate these guys in the offense where we're actually going to use them? Because as of right now, I don't care what wide receiver we go get. If we're not using them, what are we getting them for?
I completely agree. Like I said, they definitely gotta get more people involved. Like 16 pass attempts is like, we did lane heavy on the run, which is good, but like we still gotta have that balance too. Like I said, then on the last drive, like why take Gus up the game? He got the hot hand. Like don't get me wrong, Justin Hill played good. He ran his butt off, but that fumble don't happen if Gus in the game because Gus holds that rock. He don't fumble like
Yeah.
that.
Nope.
We probably score. We probably score and make it 30-20. And he don't even got a chance in hell at the end. So like I said, that could have went sideways. Luckily we they called the PI on Coop, which I thought they was gonna let get away for a second, but the ref knew he owed this one for that bullshit. He kept calling on Peters. Then like same with the center
Well,
moving as well too.
well, what EDC and Harbaugh is doing is a limit. It's a limited situation. Being that guys are coming off injury and and you got almost a whole season ahead of you. Well, the second half of the regular season ahead of you. I think it's a limited situation because I seen Brandon Stevenson had about 5 snaps on defense yesterday. Like you was talking about AJ, what happened to him, and everybody know Josh Vines is just old in the tooth, man, and we just need to get some youth in there. But that guy that replaces him is Ross that comes off the injury reserve. So they just got pitch guys that hold the forks down right now. But it's a limited situation. Even Ron Stanley, man. Ron Stanley don't play all the snaps. He gets taken out kind of like on the second half in the game, just so kind of like on like things when we really need him. So it's working itself out. My only fear is that some of these guys is either when is the trade at the end of the eighth week, at the end of the eighth week. I'm
Yeah.
just in fear that a lot of these guys are gonna get cut or either shipped out of there. The Costa did what he could with just what he got, but the cuts are going down now to the bulk of our roster because there's so many deep players that are in deep rooms, and I think the Costa's gonna get some late draft picks for him, and it's just that JK, you come back, you started doing good, you get a setback, you got to go into surgery again, you come on to the last play of the playoff time of the year, and do you expect to take somebody position that's already rolling, that's already hot, come back in,
Nah.
re-risk you, and you cannot do that. It's just too much going on. These next few weeks, I told everybody after the Bucks game, which is I think is just a red game, it's just my right to just believe what I believe, which is a red game for Tom Brady. After that game, I think we go on our winning streak. I actually think we go on our 8-1 winning streak because I told you about those teams that we automatically will beat because we're just far better than. You wasn't scared of the Browns Sunday. Justin, they gave us a fight, but you said to yourself, I know sooner or later we're gonna win this game. Like other teams, and oh my God, please don't mess it. Even when Justin Hill fumble, I was saying to myself, the defense should be able to hold on. And even if they don't, we'll go back down the field and score. You shouldn't feel like that as a Raven fan.
Right.
You should say, oh no, when this team come here, my team is gonna beat them. I don't care who it is. And it's just a skeptical games. It's just like, we're going to Brady. Could Brady beat us? Sure. Would we probably lose to Brady? Sure. But it doesn't matter because guess what? We're gonna win the next 8 games. Saints don't have a chance. Jacksonville don't have a chance. And you cannot win playoffs like that by statistical or moral victory. You really have to put the pieces together, put the team together, and make this thing happen. I think regardless of what happens, Greg Roman is going after this year.
Hmm.
I
Think
agree.
about it. If he wins it all, he'll get a job elsewhere. And if he does not win it all, he'll be booted.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, yeah, his situational play card ain't the best right
Just what happened to my phone is high quick to get Greg Roman to be going out of Baltimore.
now. But yeah, yeah, man, he did like Gus. I was telling somebody yesterday. I was sitting beside. I said Gus needs 25 carries, man. He got 16, so it wasn't too far. He needs 25 carries. He get 25 carries, he easily going over 100 yards. Yeah, 16 is what 68. That's 4.2, 4.4 to change. That's pretty solid. So you give him 24 carries, 25 carries, he's getting over 100 easy. So now you open up play action pass. Now Andrews ain't got to get double teamed. Now you got safeties in a box trying to stop that 250-pound monster coming downhill. Now that opens up Bateman now because he got one-on-one coverage. Then opens up Duvernay. Who else? Crochet, Sean Jackson, whoever that third receiver may be. Now they getting one-on-one matchups. That's playing football. So what now? Play action pass. And now, like I said, he just got to take advantage of that. And Lamar have to go through his progression. Don't just go through your first two reads and then want to run around all the way. Go through the whole entire route tree. He ain't here. He ain't here. Boom. I got him. Go through all your options. Then take off. Granted, Miles Garrett was giving us a little pressure, but that's another thing. Greg Roman should use Ricard to stalemate some of that. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of putting him in motion and all that, I'm gonna let you go, AJ, with some done. Use Ricard. He's 300 pounds. Use Ricard to bang up to them pass because they Ricard keep hitting them every play. They're not gonna rush hard. Y'all know that. They're not going to rush hard after that. That 300 pounds keep hitting you every single play. Every single play. If a team got a serious pass rusher, man, I'm setting Ricard right there to beat him. I like Thursday, like Shaq Barrett. That's my guy. I know him. His father's a good friend of mine. But I'm setting Ricard right there to beat him up, and Joe Tryon too. Like them pass rushers will be saying 42 every single playing pass. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, so Ricard yesterday he got a screen pass yesterday, man. He got a 300-pound guy out there running, and I believe he got us the first down on that screen pass. But I'm like you, to me on third down, if you gonna keep Ricard in there on third down, leave him at running back to help block. I mean, don't have him out as a slot wide receiver and send him in motion and all of that. Leave him at running back to help block. Because I promise you, no linebacker want to come in there. Because once he get his hands on you, he taking you out the play. And then like I said, if a Miles Garrett come free, like you said, man, Ricard gonna hit him in his chest. Like you know what I'm saying? Like leave him in there on third down for pass protection. He gonna pick up the blitz. He can block and he could just take somebody out the play. Um, so it's just play calling, man, and personnel is wrong. Like, I feel like we got Bateman, you got Duvernay, you got Demarcus Robinson. All three of them could go out and run some routes and catch the ball, man. Like, where is Demarcus Robinson? Is his snaps limited? Duvernay, we use him in the Debo Samuel role, and then we just all of a sudden we stop. Like Prochet is just on special teams. Tyon Wallace, all these guys, like when are we going to get some plays that are designed and some actual routes? Because one thing about our route tree, we have the most overlapped route tree in the NFL. It's either going to be a deep crossing route to Mark Andrews or fly to Andrews. It's going to be a mesh, a slant, or it's going to be a curl or a deep curl. Our route tree is so limited. Like it's basic, it's limited, and it's just becoming a thing of I don't understand it. Like I said, and granted, somebody yesterday, the offensive line to me, as far as pass protection, they wasn't getting it in. They wasn't gelling. I'm not sure what happened because pass protection has looked good this year. But yesterday it was just one of those days. I guess it just caught them. But um, it has to be a better way, man. And if Harbaugh can't see this with Roman, I don't understand it. But these plays are getting old, man. And Lamar is improvising. When he found Bateman in there sitting right there in the zone, he got it to him. Boom, first down. He's sitting in there trying to wait, and he looking, but nobody can get open for one because of the type of routes we run. They're covering it under and over, and he throw jump balls to Mark Andrews, and he just makes a play on the ball. But it's just starting to get repetitive. It's old, and it needs to be a change. And shout out to Justin Tucker, man. I feel like we all give him his praises, but if it wasn't for him, man, we wouldn't be in a lot of these situations that we in. So shout out to Justin Tucker for always bailing us out because he has bailed us out more than anybody over the years.
Agreed. Go ahead, Bishop.
Oh, Geno Stone, man. I forgot to tell y'all guys. Geno Stone, man, is almost like he's a spark of that defense that Marcus Williams lands out and he's getting prepared. You're gonna watch Geno Stone. He's gonna actually get better as the weeks going on. Chuck Clark is from my hometown, played for Virginia Tech. I'm real cool with him. I can't cut Chuck Clark, but this is his time is winding down in Baltimore, man. Because if we had that free safety that could really guard that pass and not get beat down that field. And then Greg Roman also has to take more shots down the field to keep the defenses honest too. He hasn't took a shot since Lamar overthrew Duvernay and that game that overthrew Tyler Wallace. He hasn't took a shot since then. And I understand that these three and these four tight ends coming back. Josh Oliver kept that job because if you notice, did anyone of y'all see that Josh Oliver worked on his body this year, man? He's so like much more huger.
He in
So
shape.
yeah, he's in good shape. And so they're using him as kind of like one of the more blocking tight ends. He's getting his little catches, not much, but he's the last option, but he's worked on his body and he's huge. But like you said, AJ, I would have definitely used the brace factor is what we call. If you keep sending Ricard to hit Miles Garrett, he'll brace himself. He'll brace himself. He won't rush as fast, and you can use little tactics like that to keep defensive edges off balance. And so there's a lot of things we have to consider. Enjoy this year because there'll be a lot of celebrations going on now. Not because we're better than anybody. It's just our record, man, was second easiest coming out in the NFL this year. The bulk of our games is going. Everybody is going to losers bracket, so you know what calls for that. They're trying to get draft picks and stuff, not really caring about the game. People want to get traded, fill it on playing because they don't want to hurt themselves because they know they have the opportunity at another team last year. So I think Baltimore, man, is gonna get the diamonds out of the rough, man, and really figure this thing out. I mean, we got everybody. We got all the pieces. We stopped doing dumb stuff. Because Justin Tucker is kicking as many field goals as he wants. Seems like he's kicking it. He's making mockeries out of it. Oh, just put it in my hands. What y'all been doing all along? So, I would definitely use him. Hell, if it gets down to 66, 67 yards, man, I'm willing to see him miss it first. And he missed a field goal. He missed a field goal. But that's time to get caught up into the game where it's dry spots where he really don't need it for real. And he
Yeah,
just get caught into the game and just miss some stuff. But he's a pretty fun guy. He's been perfect. Can't say a bad thing about him because when you need a kick, he's always there. I'm excited about this running game now that Gus Edwards is here. If I could pay weekly to not go to the games and sacrifice my ticket money to keep Gus Edwards healthy, I would. Because he's gonna be the key to all of this. If we get that running game rolling, it's definitely gonna open up for wide receivers. And I think that the schedule is so weak that we have a good shot moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, Gus definitely is key, man. Like I said, once JK is fully healthy, probably like week 11, week 12. Now you ain't got to run him as much. 'Cause now, now he can just spell Gus. At first, JK had to get the carries because we needed that spark. Like Drake by himself and Mike Davis by himself wasn't quite cutting it. So now JK can come back and just be a limited road in playoff time. You got both of them horses rolling with a Kenyon Drake now that can catch up the backfield and do all those things. Now you got a three-hitter monster. So that definitely, will pay dividends. And then they said we might make another trade. They say Roquan Smith can be, he can be here possibly. Um, I said a couple other guys said with a couple receivers we might could take a swing at, and so don't, EDT definitely gonna get on that phone, before it's all said and done. It might not be right when we want it or how fast we're going, but I'm pretty sure he ain't talked to some people. But I gotta give Mike McDonald a little bit of credit. He started bringing more pressure. It worked. It worked. He was 5 sacks yesterday, man. He started sending DBs, and I remember I kept saying he was being too conservative. You can't be conservative on defense. It just don't make sense. I'd rather you go hard and just when you get beat, fuck it. It is what it is, and then sit back left in my attack. So he's definitely getting the mental. He's going with more full guy rushes, and letting anybody else cover and then getting home. Like I said, having Justin Houston back helped a lot. Yeah, JPP got his legs under him. Like I said, Adolfo, well, he played good. I know the numbers not going to show, but he actually caused a lot of pressure. He made a lot of stops in the backfield. He just got to finish. But yeah, Roger Washington had a heck of a game. Travis Jones, Calais did pretty well. Brett Urban for what he came in there, he got a couple. He got on a couple stops. So like I said, and Queen, of course, man, PQ. Everybody, called on the kid. I don't know if Ray pulled him up and grabbed him out of face mask right before the game, but he was on fire, man. He was on fire. And so he going hit pocket, hitting in the back. I'm talking hitting them tackles for loss, not tackling somebody 20 yards up the field. Anybody can do that. He was making tackles in the backfield. I guess him and 52 had a heart, man. He just brought it, man. So definitely, man. I think it's fine. I think the light switch is finally clicking for him. So, this is little things like this. The offensive line didn't play too bad. A couple of miscues in pass protection, but other than that, they played pretty well. Would definitely like to see them, sprinkle in James O'Shea a little bit more. He's so he got hands. He's going to catch the ball, not going to drop the ball. Those 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, I want to see them use Crochet because he's going to get over and catch the ball and then get the first down. So, just little wrinkles like that. And overall, I'm happy with the win. Can't cry about a win, no matter how ugly it looks. So, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
let me just say this. Let me just say to AJ, I didn't mean to cut you off. Let me just say this before you go. There's a lot of things that's going to contribute into the success of Baltimore later on down the road in the season. First of all, the battle tested games that we played so far that we lost, being that we keep the chip on our shoulder. And guys like Patrick Queen that was under the social media gun. And oh man, because man, about 2 weeks ago, we was ready to fire everybody. The Costa, Roman, Abba, the water boys, cheerleaders, the new the new little birds that we got, air gun Poe and all, everybody was fired. And so everybody now is playing with actually a chip on their shoulder, man, because they know not only these games on the line, but their jobs is on the line. So I'm excited to see these players playing with something to play for. Feeding their families, man, and being able to be a Baltimore Raven and say that you are a Raven, man, was definitely on the line. I seen Eric DeCosta walking the sidelines at that Bengals game, the first half of the game. Like it had got to a point where things We're a family oriented team. We love people. We give people chances through injury, through bad play. But it was getting to the point now, like we're too good for this year to be costing us like this. And so these players are just playing off pure will right now because they're trying to keep a house or home.
Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I feel like, like I said, Queen arguably had his best game of the year yesterday, and if not his best game under his career. But like I mentioned before, the thing is with Queen, we all know he got speed. We all know that. And like I said before, here's the thing. If we bench Queen, you can't go back to Queen. So that's why they leave him out there on the field. Because if you bench him, then it's officially sad to say that, look, this ain't work out and it is what it is. Uh, but far as the trade deadline, I don't know, what we can do. I seen Roquan Swift, I seen Dre Judy. Um, I throw some names out there, but my thing is, what do we give up? Ben Cleveland, I don't know what's going on with this guy, man. I thought that he could fill in that guard. He take up a lot of space. A big guy can move a defensive tackle, can move a nose guard. Pass protection wasn't all that good, but if he could keep you in front of you, I don't care about that. I don't know what he's going on. As far as
He can't.
Poche
He can't
Wallace.
play. He can't play. He can't play because he knocked me, AJ. He's not me. He
Yep,
can't play.
yep, yep.
Can't stay healthy. He not. I seen them country road. I seen them country road boots. Them country road boots. He walked in there to play an entrance. Them country road boots. They were turned that way. They supposed to be like that. They were turned that way. So that's just you can't push that weight on them legs like that, man. Sorry to say, man, but I see what I see.
Yeah, he's a big guy, man. He like 360, I think. I think he like 360. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to trade him. Some guys who could be on the trading block. You look at a Ben Cleveland, a James Prochet, a Tylen Wallace. You look at a um a, 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 um a tight end. Josh Oliver or somebody like that. Because with Cola coming back, he about 6'6". I think he a little bigger than Oliver as far as weight. You
He's
got
six.
another guy.
He's
He's
six
six
seven. He
seven.
stays 6'7". Yeah, and
Yeah.
you remember
So
AJ? AJ, you remember Ben Cleveland was the same guy that couldn't pass the endurance test the first
yep, the
time when he was
endurance
trying to
test.
come back.
Yep.
And I think they rigged that because once you fail it 3 times, you don't get better. You don't get better as you continue to do it. You do it on your first time when you ain't got a job.
That's true. So I look at it and I'm looking back at it. I gave Tyree Phillips a hard time, man, mainly because especially when they put him at tackle, he'll get beat a lot, but he was good at guard. He won the starting guard job. You know what I'm saying? But looking at it, did we get rid of the wrong guy? You know what I'm saying? Because now Cleveland ain't getting no time at all. So, but it's just little things like that. But we got to see what we gonna do for our trading, or if a team wants players or they want picks. So I'm just throwing some names out there for some guys who I think might get traded or might get lost. But if we can get Roquan Smith, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But then who's the odd man out at linebacker? Are you gonna get rid of Bynes? AJ Klein, Christian Welch. Who gonna get gone? Then you
Right.
look at wide receiver. If we get Jerry Judy, who's the odd man out? You just got Deshaun Jackson. You got you gonna get rid of Prochet, Wallace. Because I know you're not gonna get rid of Duvernay. You're not gonna get rid of Bateman. You just signed Deshaun. So who's the odd man out?
Let's
So it just
Jerry
looks at
Judy.
all of that.
Let's say AJ to get Jerry Judy. I would give
Yeah,
them and Tyler Wilder flat out. I would get them. I would give them both. You getting 2 for 1, and we'll give you a four. Can't beat it.
I even send Benjamin Victor off the practice squad with it if I got to.
You getting 3 for 1 and a pick. You can't beat it. Like yeah, that's how impactful he is. It's just situation in Denver not working out for him. Here he'll get the ball because him and Lamar like this. They
yeah,
brother
they
like
buddies. Yeah.
from St. Hood, so he'll get that thing to him for sure.
I know Eric DeCosta personally, and I talked to Lacey, and she just keep telling me, be patient. You won't know the roster until the first playoff game. She told me, be patient. It's looking like we won't know the roster the first playoff game. But I know Eric DeCosta personally. He has something up his sleeve.
For sure.
And a move has to be made because we got too many players that's on the we don't have no room, and we need more room for everybody's come back in the windows and coming back off injury. We need the room. And Kobe Mule, I know him like a book. He's gonna make a big move.
Yeah, I agree. I think something else for speed. Like I say, it's a matter of contracts and all that. Like Roquan on his last year, his deal. Jerry Judy has one more year left for his deal, so we should get him. He'll still be good for this year and next year. And after that,
And then also, Justin, a lot of teams like to keep their players playing until they already know they're gonna trade them, but they'll keep on playing until that bye week. Because we already know he's gone, but there's no need to bench him. Let him know he's getting ready to get traded, and then he'd feel like playing and blow my coverages and all that stuff. So most teams keep it under. I mean, the player kind of know, but they're trying to get a check, so they'll keep it under, under cahoots, until
Yep.
it's time to get traded. And then so the Costa could very well have already made a move. It's just that we won't know, just for professionalism and business is concerned and family, they have to move and all of that. It's kept under, it's kept under the under the mat, man. And so we'll just see what happens. I'm excited, man, as we are right now. And then our division is not that good this year.
Nope.
And so I'm a little bit more lenient with the deal with the bullshit of the Baltimore Ravens, because we're still number one. And we're working things out, man. Guys are coming back healthy. And I think there is some light at this dark end of this tunnel.
Well, I know he did call about DJ Moore, but Carolina they want everything for him, and we seen you seen what San Francisco gave up for Christian McCaffrey. I wouldn't have did that. You pretty much gave up everything for Christian McCaffrey, who, what I'm saying, when he's healthy, yeah, but he's an injury prone guy. I wouldn't have did that.
I
Um,
can tell you that. Oh, go ahead, AJ. I can tell you this. I can tell you this. I won't cut you off no more today. I can tell you this. It will not be a wide receiver. And that's because it will not. I'll say this again. It will not be a wide receiver. That's because that's a smack in the face to everybody that's already there, and especially everybody that just got signed. Go ahead, AJ.
so you give up that type of stuff. So I'm looking at it like, I said we could have brought back Latavius Murray. With Gus out, Latavius Murray was doing good last year running the ball. He
Yes,
was
he will.
he was doing good. So why would you go out and get Mike Davis when you could have brought back Latavius Murray, who is, if not the same size as Gus, as far as weight, he a little bigger, he could run, he could catch, he could block, and he was doing all of that. So I just look at it like, what are we really doing? Mike Davis is I'm not sure why they waiting around. Guess because Justice Hill just came back from the injury, but he needs to be cut. There's no ifs ands about it. He doesn't touch the field, and when he gets in there, we all know it's a throwing pass, and they bring him here to block. We don't need that no more. Kenyon Drake, now since Gus is back, you can run two back set. Let Kenyon Drake come out the backfield, get some work at wide receiver 1-on-1. He could catch the ball out of the backfield. And then you got Justice Hill, who I think a little speedster, some screen plays here and there, a couple of little tosses, and he fights for yardage. So, like you said, we got pieces, but the problem is Greg Roman is not using them. This football is chess. This is a chessboard, okay? And he playing checkers. He just going out there jumping. No, we have to strategically use our pieces and what we have. We have
Yeah,
these guys, but the personnel, the play calling, and especially in crucial crunch time and situational moments to win games where you either need points or have to sustain a drive, he becomes an airhead. I can't explain it.
You're right. Yeah, like it's just those little things like that. And Bishop said it. You're right. It might not be a receiver because, like you said, it was like brought in Sean Jackson, excuse me, and the Isabella. He's like, how you gonna bring a receiver? You ain't even like these guys play first. So you might be right on that. But I think it might be inside linebacker. Uh, Another corner possibly. 'Cause, they said they want to get more depth there. They said Sidney Jones is a guy they can probably trade for. I don't know now because Seattle's winning now, so they might change their mind. But it just said another veteran corner. They might look to fill that Kyle Fuller role. So it's just like we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. Like I said, we got a team that just lost three straight, or two straight on Thursday. We definitely got to put this. They should be already on the Bucks right now. Yesterday is already gone. It's in the wing column. Tom Brady's up right now, like we all know, trying to figure us out. He's not trying to lose three in a row. He's already getting slandered. He's already getting thrown to the mud. He's not trying to lose three in a row. If we're on a short week, we don't play too good on short week, especially going down to Florida. Remember last year, our Miami game,
Yep.
we already got to be on to this one. Like that Cleveland game should be as this more. As soon as they want to facilities more, that Cleveland game should be behind them. They need to be worrying about the Bucks. So we're gonna do our last segment, then we're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna start with our good, bad, and ugly moments in the game. You can go ahead and start, Bishop.
good, 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 good. The Gus Bus it was back in action, steam rolling. Should have definitely had some plays. But he should have stayed in the game. Of course, we were just being conscious. The bad man. We got to limit. we gotta really limit how many times we don't get to the quarterback. I mean, 2 sacks is good, 1 sack, but with this caliber players on the team, we really got to get that push on the inside and shut down that run and get to these quarterbacks more often so that our secondary reflect. And what is the other thing you call it now? The good, the bad, and what you say? Because I like that. What you say?
Good, bad,
The
not
good, the good, the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I didn't get the ugly. Greg Romans is still up there in that press box, man. So you just never know. You just never know. It's like a box of chocolate. I will always be a dedicated Royal fan, but I feel it's that much better if T Martin get the hand up and Roman gets the hand down and then the boot out of the door.
I agree. Go ahead, AJ. You're good, bad, and ugly.
All right, so the good is, Gus is back. Stanley still looked good at left tackle. Queen emerged, had, like I said, arguably his best game as a Raven yesterday, or if not one of the best games of his career. That's the good, going forward. And the run game, the offensive line looked good in the run game. I don't know if it was Gus or them or both of them, but either way, I'll take it. If we could run the ball like that on a consistent basis, no matter who the running back is, I'll take it. The bad pass protection wasn't all that yesterday. We did give up some big shots. Marcus Peters gave up, I want to say about one or two of them. Um, I feel like Malik Harrison needs to be a middle linebacker. It's just personnel issues, and I don't know what Mike McDonald is doing, but I feel like, especially on goal line, Christian Welch and Malik Harrison, you playing Nick Chubb, put them two at middle linebacker. If you want,
Yeah,
lead Queen all the way on the outside, but they need to be at middle linebacker because they can get off blocks, they tall, and they got that weight. And the bad Odafe away. I mean, this kid, man, he's just not our pass rusher where we drafted him at the B. And I say it every week. The reason I'm so hard on him is because we drafted him in the first round with a first pick where we had a chance to get Gregory Russo, that went to the Bills, and we drafted him. It was late second, early third. I can live with that. But where we drafted him at, it's unacceptable for him to be playing this way. And every week until he proves me wrong, I'm just going to throw that out there. The ugly personnel issues and Greg Roman. I don't know how this guy still has a job. You know, um, I'm gonna call Steve Bisciotti myself and recommend you, JP. You could be a defensive coordinator, and Bishop, you could go on offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm just done with it, man. I'm done with. I don't. Greg Roman is an airhead. I hate to say it. And here's the thing with us, and I pointed it out, and I'm gonna touch on this, and I'm gonna let you go ahead, JP. I mentioned this last week, Bishop. Lamar on the sideline, he doesn't talk to none of his wide receivers. He sits by himself. He just sits there and looks. He pouts. I don't know what it is. His MVP season, he sat with Mark Ingram. He sat with Orlando Brown. I mean, they was over there chilling, playing, laughing, joking. Him and the wide receivers. Now you look at Lamar. He just sits there and sits slouched. It's like there's no energy. It's like he doesn't care. He doesn't talk to his O line. He doesn't go talk to his wide receivers. They stay distance from each other. As a quarterback, you need to talk to these guys. You need to get them connected. You need to get them in the game. I'm not sure why he's not doing it, and it's not just happening this year. It started last year, so I don't know what the disconnection is there. But yeah, definitely something's got to give on that. So, but yeah, that's it.
All right, man. My good is definitely Gus, man. Gus back, man. Rolling. Wheels in the buses back at the bank. That's good. Another good. The offensive line, the run game blocked pretty well. He can't run the ball. They don't got no holes to run. Okay, I don't give a bad you are. You gotta have holes to run. So the run block was pretty good. Rashad Bateman, good to see him back up there. He had a couple critical catches that kept drives alive, so that's good. The numbers are not eye popping, but he just made a lot of big plays when he needed to. And Duvernay, like I said, his numbers wasn't eye popping either, but that punt return was big, and then the catches he got was real cool. You know, uh, Lamar, he managed the game. Lamar managed the game. He didn't he didn't lose the game like he done the last 2 weeks. He took what was there. He was smart. So I definitely gotta give Lamar his credit. Like the stat line not gonna show it, but he managed the game. And Harbaugh, he took his points. He was playing smart. He knew when to go for it, when not to go for it. So I'll give him credit as much as I get on his case. The bad pass protection, I gotta get better. Like You can't let Miles Garrett and them guys pin their ears back. You have to be quarterback. You gotta have somebody chip them. You gotta have somebody slow them down, throw some screen passes to get them going. Get them chasing to wear them down. It's just stuff like that. Another bad. Let's see. Couple blown coverages. Marcus Peters instead of forcing Donovan Peoples-Jones to the sideline and using that as the extra defender like you're taught when you playing little league football. He let him get up. He let him stack up and he caught the ball. He tried playing Geno Stone. That was you, Marcus Peters. Should have forced him to the sideline, and then the ball goes out of bounds. Uh, Other than that, we got to finish another bad. We got to finish. Even though we had 5 sacks, we could have had 10. There's a couple times where Sack got out of there on it, took off and got first down. So we got to finish a little bit more. Like, definitely a die field where you got to finish, wrap up, got him, hold on to him for dear life. The ugly, let's see, red zone offense. We could have had more points. We had 23. We had to take 3 a couple times, and we should have had 7. We gotta punch it in the red zone when it comes. Justice Hill fumble that hurt us because that possibly could have been a touchdown to put the game on the reach. But the red zone offense definitely has to do better, man. Because like I said, we get 7 versus 3. That's a 4-point difference, and that could be different with winning and losing the game. We're gonna do our closing remarks, and we're gonna get up out of here. You can go ahead, Bishop.
Hey man, 4-3, top of the division. Um, Other teams in our division tanking. Players coming back, guys coming off our some studs, man, just getting ready to roll all together, man, from the veterans on down to the rookies. We finally get a time in these next few weeks after the Bucks game, I believe, to really know where we are, know what we're getting ready to do to make this playoff run, and whether we're gonna go with Greg Roman or we're gonna fire him. This year is this year, so we just got to try to make the best of it. But I do believe, and I let the flock know that the light is at the end of this dark tunnel of what we've seen in the first few weeks. Everybody's filling out themselves, a lot of new people, a lot of new theories. I guess the vault is being opened up, and if that happens, man, I think we can be at least survive, you know, deep water until all our guys come back and this whole team is well put together. And see can we make this run, man, in the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. If not, we'll go in the draft next year for 2023, and Popcorn Jennings will be on the way. And so I'm now recovered from the trauma, man. I'm excited. This is the best worst schedule that we have for the rest of the year, man. So you definitely have to win these games, or we have a way bigger problem. That's my time. Love y'all boys, and hopefully I see y'all next week.
Yeah, so thank you always, Bishop. Go ahead, I go ahead, AJ. Your closing remarks.
Yeah, just the thing is consistency. Finish drives. Take the points. Let's get 7. Like you said, I'd rather see us. It's a 4-point difference. It's basic math. And just do what we got to do. And just play Ravens football. Bring that aggression. Bring that fire. Act like you want to play. Like this is a great organization to play for. Players speak highly of this organization. This is a great organization, regardless of what happens with the coaching staff and how we feel about it. The organization in itself is just a great organization to play for. It's Ravens football. Um, so with that being said, just stay focused. What I'm saying? Do what we got to do on the Tampa. Like I said, we number 1 in the division. Like I said, if you win the division, you're automatically in. So that's just what it is. We number 1. Everybody else ain't looking too good, but we got to keep that up. What I'm saying? So ready to go see Brady and them, and we need to make it happen.
I agree. We sit here at 4-3, still in first place of the AFC North. We all know we all should be 7-0, 6-1. We all know that. We can argue that to the end of time, but hey, you are what your record says you are. So, like I said, got a pivotal matchup coming up against the Bucks. We won that. We're basically in the driver's seat. Cincinnati won, so they still look like they were starting to get their groove back. So we can't just, you know, uh, you know, look past them because we did only beat them by the skin of our teeth. So we gotta stack wins. We can't win, lose, one lose. We gotta stack wins, like you said. We gotta go on that win streak like how we did in 2019 and go win like 8, 9, 10 in a row. Just basically show everybody, yeah, we're not a 500 football team. We're a team that's gonna be dangerous when January get here. You know we are, and we're gonna be a serious contender, like to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl and to possibly win it. But we gotta take it one game at a time, one practice at a time, one play at a time, and one day at a time. To reach that goal, and we're getting everybody back at the right time. So I'm liking the direction we have, man. All right, everyone, that's it for episode 10. Like I said, check this out on YouTube. The audio version of season 1, episode 15. Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, basically anywhere you get your podcasts and music stuff from. Just type that name in, you see right there, Talking Ravens all day, every day with Justin P. Man, go ahead, AJ. Go ahead, close this out.
Yeah, shout out to Justin, you know what I'm saying, for always, getting us together. My boy Bishop right there. Y'all know what it is. No explanation needed. Shout out to my boy Chris Wright, Brian Murray, Rick Barker, for always checking us out. Jeff Ford, just leaving opinions and thoughts for us to talk about. And y'all guys go, subscribe and like us on YouTube. The name right there, Talking Ravens all day, every day. And please leave comments. We want y'all to talk football. Let us know. We can talk about it. We can discuss it. Y'all got opinions or something? Let us know. It helps us out. It helps the show out. But go ahead. Just let us know, and we appreciate all y'all feedback. I want to thank all y'all for tuning in and always checking us out.
Anything you want to say real quick, Bishop?
I'm good to go, man. See you in Tampa Bay Thursday night, baby. Prime time.
Game, man. Wednesday, same time, 5:30 Eastern. I'm working on getting the guys from the Locked On Bucks podcast to come on. So they're gonna let me know something within an hour so we can do a crossover. So I'm gonna try to have more crossover episodes with the opposing platforms, that they be playing that week. So, I'm definitely gonna keep y'all updated on that. But everybody have an amazing Monday. Enjoy the Monday night game tonight. I believe it's Patriots and Bears. Y'all gonna tune in because football is football. And remember to always trade. Talk Ravens all day, every day with your host, Justin P., my co-host, AJ Henson, and our special guest, Bishop Staten, the Ravens block president. We'll see y'all guys Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Same bad time, same bad channel. We out.
All
Now,
right.